Stop! This is the police!
Officer! This isn't what you think it is!
I have a warrant for your arrest!
What, officer? What did I do?
Arrest for drafting old players. Now drop the bag!
Well, I guess I shouldn't have got caught holding the bag.
Who would have known that a person could catch that much time just by simply being left hold the bag? Man, I just served 6 months in the county for that. But I'm back now. Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. And as you can tell, we're back for the annual Don't Get Left Holding the Bag episode. Now we're going to recap. We got to recap, right? Because it's all about accountability here. I make sure I'm transparent. I stay that way. So, man, but let me tell you, y'all saw my little Oscar nominee that I had working in there. Yeah. He just did a good job. I was proud of him. But so it took us a couple takes, but yeah, it was good to go. It was a good time. He enjoyed seeing the finished product. But let's get into the don't get caught holding the bag, okay? Last year, I was kind of aggressive. I'm going to be honest. Some things were blatantly obvious for me to see. Last year, I put 5 people on the list, and let's go through them and talk about it. Some of my good hits were Adam Thielen, DeAndre Hopkins, and Keenan Allen, okay? These guys are old, long in the tooth, injury prone, and I saw it coming, but people were still freaking tugging on them. They were still tugging, still doing all that, But I was trying to talk people off of that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, nothing's for certain. I'd rather let go 1 year too late. I'd rather let a player off. It's okay, I have to let you go. I love you, but I gotta let you go. You guys ever had somebody or something, you'd be like, no, I love you, but I can't be with you no more. That's how you have to treat these fantasy football players, all right? Because, especially when they do great for you. And they be like, oh my gosh, I remember when I had him when he did this, had it. So you hold on, you're clingy, You're clingy, you can I know you're getting old. You don't have the, you speaking metaphorically as if it's a woman. You don't have the body you have. You don't move around like you used to. Things so the fire's not as bright, but I'm gonna still hold on to you, even though you can tell we outgrown each other. That is very reckless and detrimental. That's why I encourage people and fantasy owners to let go of these love affairs and these people that have had their time. So they pick inclining players, not declining ones. So anyway, back to the thing. Last year, straight up, those are my 3 big hits: Adam Thielen, Hopkins, and Keenan Allen. Now, go figure, Mr. Miles Sanders, he goes and he wants to have his banner year. Congratulations to Miles. Do we expect Miles to do that again this year? He's primed to, but he got paid. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of scarred from people that got paid. Quick story time real quick. It was back in 2000. It was in between 2006 or 2007, 8, whenever they did that year when Sean Alexander, LaDainian Tomlinson scored all those touchdowns, 32 total touchdowns, somewhere up in there. And I had the number 2 pick. And I got the chose out of them 2 because the first person picked Larry Johnson. And I was 49-50, because we had our draft order 2 weeks before we started drafting. And lo and behold, I was back and forth. I wake up one morning, it'll be Sean Alexander. And I'll wake up the next morning, it'll be LaDainian Tomlinson. So I looked at the schedule, and I let the schedule dictate for me. And, of course, Sean Alexander being in a weak NFC West, I decided to go with that. And he had just got paid because he had just had 26 or 28 touchdowns. And he was running like a fairy. He got hurt early in the season. It's he got paid. So he ain't had no, he ain't had no motivation. So I've been scarred since then to when people get their money and they get their financial security, I kind of stay away. There's a little segment to Miles Sanders. I don't think he'll run with the same fire, but I hope he does well. I don't know. I might pick the B. I got some drafts coming up. I haven't did not one draft yet, and I got 3 coming up. So who knows? I'll report back to you guys because I'm transparent. 3 drafts, and I let my community know all of my teams how I drafted, and what I do during waivers. You don't get that. Oh, I got 99 teams. I can't let you know all of them, but I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I got this wide receiver. You got 99 doggone teams, or hell, some of them got like 200 something. Of course you got some of everybody. See? Anyway, I'll digress quick. Let's get back into the content. So, those have been my 3 main hits. Miles Sanders, great for him. He had banner year. And so I missed on that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was hating on Kelce because he getting long in the tooth and he looked slow, but he produced. Okay? So good for him. Hell, a part of me was thinking about picking Kelce, you know what I'm saying, in work leagues and stuff like, in like the first round to see if I can win with him. But it'll be my luck that I draft him in the first round and he glass out and I get left holding the bag. How about I only had you one time, Kelce, back when Alex Smith was the quarterback, and you didn't help me win then, even though it's the tight end one, but he wasn't a tight end one by a mile, It's about the team. It's not about the player, guys. So if some of you guys are going to listen to this, you got pick number 10, 11, or 12, or you got 9, and you're not coming because I don't have one of the big names. Man, screw the big names. Build yourself an awesome team, overall team, and you will compete and be there. Just because people got Justin Jefferson, that don't mean they're making it to the playoffs. That don't mean they're making it, because you get Christian McCaffrey, that doesn't mean you're going to make it to the playoffs or even make it to the championship game. So, having said that, focus on building the best team possible. So we're going to get into it this year. So I took a reach. That was my spicy pick with Kelce, because, I ain't going to lie. I openly admit I was trying to, I was hating on him. I was hating on the brother. I was hating on the Winger, But he did his thing. Good for him. Now let's move on. Let's talk about this year. 2003. Let's get to some players. Now here's the thing. I have some new players on here, but I want to get the old ones out the way first. I'm going to put DeAndre Hopkins and Keenan Allen back on the list. Why? Thanks for asking. First off, I got this Jacksonville Jaguar bucket hat on. You guys know I'm not a Jaguar fan. I'm a Niner fan. But this was the first hat it wasn't the first hat. The first time I went. But it's probably about 6 years ago. I went up there to Jaguar game off the cuff. I just went to Jacksonville and just bought 2. It's probably about 6-7 years ago. I bought 2 tickets from Scalpels. Bought 2 tickets for like $45. Went to the game because I wasn't planning on going to the game. So I bought the thing to just remind me of that game. It was pretty cool. So I'm going to put DeAndre Hopkins and Keenan Allen back on the list. All right? Back on the list. Now, when I make these Don't Get Left Holding the Bag episodes, it's not just about if the person's going to do bad. It's if the aged player is going to do bad. Meaning they got to have a bad year and they got to have age against them, okay? It's not just a person's 25 years old so he can get, and I'm putting him on the do not get left hold the bag. No, you know what I'm saying? He's too young. He got plenty ball to play left, So it's about having age, being over the hill with age, hitting that age, and also having a bad year. So it's those 2 things combined is how I got them. So that's why I'm adding DeAndre Hopkins and Keenan Allen back because they have currently in half-point PPR, based on Fantasy Pros, they have DeAndre Hopkins at number 22 wide receiver. 22nd wide receiver, that's way too rich. That's a low-end wide receiver, too. He's not going to finish top 24. And Keenan Allen at the wide receiver 17. Since when can he stay healthy enough to make that? The dude's old, man. It ain't going to happen. But I'm trying to keep you safe. Other people want to send you right up the road. Just like with Jonathan Taylor. We're not going to spend time on that. Had the episode up there that said, 2 weeks ago when I did my running back endorsement show for the top 12, I gave him a red. And I said, take him off your boards. Take him off your boards. Or all the rest of them were they had in little tutus. And then, oh no, just move him down some. No, don't move him down. How about taking him off? People that got no freaking balls. They all want to freaking play safe ball. Take him off your list. Pick somebody else. Now he's done for 4 weeks. But guess what? So many people drafted earlier and they're screwed because they picked Jonathan Taylor late first or early second. See, I wouldn't do you guys like that, man. I do you guys like that. But then again, these cats that's on there, they don't have two and a half decades of fantasy football wisdoms at their disposal, at their fingertips, in their brain housing group like I do. But this video isn't about me. It's about you. And it's about aged, declining, unproductive players. So we're going to keep Hopkins, Allen on the list. So those are the first two. And the third one is no other than wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Amari Cooper. Yes, Mr. Amari Cooper. Finished as a wide receiver 1 last year, but that was off the arm of Jacoby Brissett. I mean, soon as Deshaun Watson came back in there, soon as Deshaun, I really should have put Deshaun Watson on the list too. Let's go ahead and make this a package deal. Let's make this a Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson take here. Because I know Deshaun Watson not going to take high, but I don't think he's going to finish as a quarterback 1. He won't finish as a top 12 quarterback. He's washed. He can't throw. He's not in his youth. He don't have a young stud DeAndre Hopkins he's throwing it to. And it's a wrap. So, but it's not a knock on Cooper, but hell, Cooper's up there. And at the end of the day, we saw it when Cooper had Watson throwing the ball when he came back, man. It just didn't look good. And Cooper missed a whole bunch of camp, and they haven't been spending time together like that, working out. So I believe Amari Cooper / Deshaun Watson, I'm putting them both in the same bucket as don't get left holding the bag with either one of them. See, that's the thing, too. So many of us get caught up in hearing names. They remember Deshaun Watson being a top 5 quarterback. And all. Man, those days are gone, man. I remember the days Aaron Rodgers used to be freaking number 1, number 2, number 3 quarterback. Those days are gone. Will he throw 30, 35, 33 touchdowns? 35? Sure. But he'll going to throw like 3,700 yards, and that's going to hurt you, right? See? So, you have to look at it from a different lens. And you just got to have a level of conviction. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't have a high level of conviction. And if they do have a high level of conviction, it's because, everybody else is saying it. I don't want to look like the black sheep out here. They're going to laugh and point at me. But see, nobody wants to give me praise. The outsiders, y'all will. The outsiders ain't going to give me praise by like, this dude said take him completely off the board. Now he all. Yeah, man, because I ain't with all this nonsense. I'm trying not to make this video long, but I'm comfortable. I'm feeling good. I had to work today, man. I'm just chilling. Hey, but this is how it's going to go. So, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper / Deshaun Watson are my first 3. Don't get left holding the bag. Don't get left holding the bag. Leave it. Leave it on the board. Let somebody else draft them, okay? Number 4. No other than Mr. Cooper Kupp. Mr. Cooper Kupp. You guys know I've been anti-Cooper. I was anti-Cooper last year. And everybody like, oh, man, he's doing good. And he broke and ended up, wide receiver 28, 29 or something like that. Hey, man, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Okay? So, Cooper Kupp's already been having what? Is it the hammy or groin? One of the two. He had a little something going on, right? Missed some time. He had to. Listen, he's aged out. He's trying to tell you already. The NFL, we've already seen that. The Tampa Bay, the whole the Rams thing, all these a lot of things we've already seen. Yeah, like certain teams are gonna be there. Almost kind of like, Golden State in basketball. That's what KC is. It's like, they're always gonna be there. Because they got to sell it on some type of greatness. But we've seen that mess with the Rams, and that's over. They've got their ring. They performed, they acted admirably, and it's time to move on, all right? So I'm afraid you got yours. It's a wrap, all right? Nobody don't want to see that no more. It ain't about me. I don't make the call. I don't make the call with the programming. I don't make it with the show of saying what's going to happen. I'm not on that panel, but it's a play. Nobody want to see that anymore, and nobody's going to see it. So Cooper Kupp, don't waste. They got him at wide receiver 4. They don't care about you guys. Let me look at you. You know who cares about you? This guy. Garrett freaking T. This dude does not freaking finish wide receiver 4. He won't finish. They won't tell you that. I'm telling you, he won't finish wide receiver 4. I swing for the fences. And I don't just be reckless. Don't be drafting Amari Amari Cooper. We passed Amari Cooper. Cooper Kupp. Don't be drafting a wide receiver 4 overall. Let somebody else take him. Take somebody else with a higher ceiling. Somebody else that can win your weeks. May it be old boy in Miami. You know, I don't care who it is. I don't care. You pick Tyreek, pick Diggs, I don't care who it is. Don't pick him. All right? Okay, let's move on. So he's number 4, Cooper Kupp. Glass. Going to glass the cloud. You know, when he shatters, it's going to drop like fine china porcelain. It's going to be so much glass so you can sweep it up and mop it up. You can walk on it still. 3 weeks later, you're still going to be getting pieces of glass in your foot. That's how much glass is going to be on the floor. Fine pieces of glass. Number 5. No, that was number 5, man. Why y'all? No, number 4. What is it? Hopkins, Allen, Cooper, and Kupp. I'm all over the place. You know, help me out. So number 5. This is number 5. Okay. If I messed up in my number somewhere, y'all just know. You know, it is what it is. You know. So Alvin Kamara. Yes, Alvin Kamara. He's already suspended 3 games. Some people still get him and pick him. You know, round 6 or something. Well, it's only 3 games. I get him and I can plug him in. He can be my RB2. Will he? Will he be a top 24 back for the rest of the season after that? There ain't no guarantee. Look, man, you got to think. They brought in Jamal Williams. They got Ricky Kendrick Miller. They paid a quarterback. Okay? That team's going to be more offensive. They're throwing the ball. It's not going to be, oh, let's work at Kamara. Let's get 6 touchdowns for Kamara and make all the fantasy players love him. The crap is long gone. It's long gone. Get it out of your heads. I'm speaking to my community, but more so I'm speaking to anybody that runs across this video and they'd be like, man, I can't believe he's talking about my beloved Alvin Kamara. I'm speaking to you. I'm trying to speak some decency in your because your content creator probably ain't going to tell you that. Okay? They're going to let you keep you mentally strapped, and you're going to be holding the bag. The Popo going to run up on you too like they ran up on me. And then you're going to have to do 6 months. But you probably ain't built like me to do 6 months, you know? You're going to be in there cleaning somebody's bed, and you know what I'm saying, giving up your commissary, washing their clothes, plaiting and braiding their hair. 6 months, man. 6 months. Be ready for that. Don't get left or don't get caught holding the bag. All right? Don't do it. So he was number 5. Now, I'm going to give you. So, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, / Deshaun Watson, and Cooper Kupp make up the top 4. Alvin Kamara is number 5. Okay? And not to mention with Alvin Kamara, too, they also got Taysom Hill over there. They like to do those little gadget plays and stuff like that. Listen, man, the dude has a low floor. He has a low floor. I don't want my RB2 to have a low floor. Don't want him to have a low floor. Okay. We have a low ceiling. You know, you have a low ceiling. You have a low ceiling and a low floor. Shake your head like this if you agree. Thank you. And here's my honorable mention. Now, now the reason why I'm doing an honorable mention, I'll be honest with you, because I want to do something I have to be fair. Okay, I have to be fair. I have to take off my biased hat. I got to take it off. Okay. Now put it back on so I can look good. I look back good, you know, huh? But I have to take a reach. Just like I did with Kelsey, it was a reach, right? I know it wasn't likely to hit. Like it wasn't likely to hit, but you know, I want to be now. If I should put Kelsey on now, he kind of it's like, oh, you put him on 2 years ago, he's bound to, you know. So I'm not gonna do that, right? Let's take it easy way out. You know, I did do it next year. No, I'm not doing it. So I'm all for that. I don't want this. I'm telling you, start this like I don't want this guy to bust. I don't want this guy to somebody be left holding back with this guy. And I think this dude has 1 more year left in him. But again, like I said, if I'd rather be off the track, get let go 1 year early than be left holding it when that person is done. You know, especially at the draft capital in which he's getting drafted. And that's no other than. So I'm gonna get spicy here. I'm gonna get spicy. You know, some spicy wings. Red hot Louisiana. I mean, spicy. I mean, that ain't really spicy, but you get what I'm saying. Some people can't handle that. I can, you know. But this running back is going to be is 29 years old. He's going to turn 30 in January. I love him. I love him. Had him when he rushed for his banner year. But listen, as much as I love this guy, much as of a beast he is, he can't truck or stiff arm. He can't stiff arm Father Time. You can't do it. Can't do it. He try to stiff arm Father Time, he's gonna look like this, he's gonna stiff arm his damn self. Yeah, you're like that, Boom, he's gonna fall to the ground. And fumble. And be out for the rest of the game. This running back is no other than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. Again, he's 29 years old, about to turn 30. Right, that season is in. We're having a playoff start, and he only got one more year in him. There's no way he can have more than 1 year. So either this is his last good year, where he's a running back 6 or something or whatever, which is great, whatever, like he finished last year, but in half-point PPR. But yeah, don't get left holding the bag. All right? We've seen the best of him. He won right for 2000 again, and he's on that. He ain't shown it, but how long you think you're going to do that? It don't do that. It's like once you peak, you start doing that. So, Derrick Henry, is on his way to 30, closer to 30 than he is, 29 and a half. And, well, maybe not, but he's pushing 30. And I believe I'm putting him as my honorable mention for 2023. Don't get caught holding the bag. Don't get caught holding the bag. It's not worth it. All right. So, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let's run through them again. DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper / Deshaun Watson, Cooper Kupp number 4, Alvin Kamara number 5, and honorable mention, Sir King Derrick Henry. Flawless fantasy football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Hey, let me tell you something. You guys know, there's some other dude out there with Flawless Fantasy Football. Opened up another channel like 2 days ago with Flawless Fantasy Football. He got some shorts up. He got his voice all disguised up and stuff like that. And you can't do nothing hot. Everybody try to get in on it. Anyway, avoid them. Flawless Fantasy Football. You hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Peace. See you on the next episode. Holla!